It's a claim that I made Harry Kane.
There we go.
But it was advice that I said, and I remember because previous to that, he was showing signs, but not to the level, obviously. He's an incredible player to do what he does.
Let's put it that way. He is the worst manager that Manchester United have ever had.
We're kind of in a rebuilding phase. Some Man United fans, including myself, are saying top half finish is good enough. Yeah, bearing in mind we finished 15th.
Mate, I've got to interrupt you. I'm so sorry. I know. Out of respect, I should allow you to land this point, but I just can't hear it. It's utter nonsense. It's utter woke nonsense. Ruben Amorim. I don't care about when he wanted to come in. I don't care about the squad. I don't care about Patrick Dorgan. It's so many excuses. Yeah. Chelsea have gone, okay, the goalie's not good enough. You go keep him anyway. The centre halves are knackered. Don't worry about it. Buy Garnacho because he could be worth a fortune in the future.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah,
it's a mess.
And I had Steven Gerrard next to me, Frank Lampard, Michael Owen.
Whoa.
And I'm sat there, and he starts talking, and it's a load of jargon about visualising, which is fair play. All right, there's room for it. But Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Michael Owen.
Visualise it. So when he just won a European, he just captained his hometown club to a European Cup. You don't need to visualise anything.
You can't. Yeah. What?
The ball's on him though. To be fair, to be stood up there in front of all these ballers and trying to.
Well, he's got. Yeah, he's getting a bit of wonga.
That's right. Hello there, and welcome to the brand new weekly podcast brought to you by talkSPORT Bet. Studs up. I'm your host, Ryon Scott-Dogulas, and I'm pleased to say what a lineup we have. And this lineup is going to be all season, all things going well, hopefully. To my left, it's a one and only, the legend that is. It's David Bentley. How are you, sir?
Yes, I like that intro.
Did you like it?
That was very good. The
Off
one
the
and only, legendary.
Yeah,
you've got to take that.
I just can't wait to hear Rory.
Yeah, it's going to be his. Yeah, we're going to sink here, aren't we?
He gets a better one than me. I'm walking out.
Yeah, someone else. Yeah.
Is that one of your clauses, is it?
That's it, the clause.
Right, okay, here we go. Okay, and to his left is podcasting superstar. It's Rory Jennings. How are you, sir?
Superstar, can take that.
Superstar.
Legend of superstar. But you set the bar very high.
Very high, haven't I? But I think quite rightly. So, boys, here we are. Studs up, talkSPORT Bet.
Buzzing.
Happy days. How are you? How are you getting on, sir?
I'm not too bad.
Yeah?
I'm all right.
Yeah?
I'm shiny, ain't I? Look at that. Teeth are out. The horse teeth.
Well, when I walked in and you two were sitting with Vanessa, who does a lot of the makeup stuff, I thought, I'm buzzing here. This is exactly what I need. She's going to get the Tushy clay out for me under the eyes. She just walked off.
She dipped off, didn't she?
He was in for about an hour. Full transformation.
Don't give that away. People can't know that. And how are you, Rory? All good, yeah?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm
busy, man.
I'm good. Yeah, busy. It's great that the football's back. During the close season, you really do realise just how much you need it. When the season ended at the end of last season, I was thinking, it'd be nice now. A little bit of time. About, 6-7 days later, you just go, right, where is it? We just need competitive football back. And it's back with a bang. It's been brilliant, hasn't it?
It's been amazing. Even the transfer window was unbelievable. It just felt like it never stopped, did it? Yeah. There's a constant undertone of drama. And we will be, I guess I need to talk to people and tell them what to expect. I mean, there's going to be, don't get me wrong, there's going to be loads of banter. But we're going to preview, we're going to review, we're going to talk about Champions League, we're going to talk about the upcoming Premier League weekend as well, because there's some tasty fixtures in there, by the way. But a couple of days ago, you had a bit of a morning, didn't you, Vince?
What, we're talking about my week?
We're talking about your week.
To the week. I was upset. I was trying to prepare for Studs Up.
Yeah.
So I knew I was working with you fine gentlemen. So I went, right, positive week. I woke up on Monday and it was like, them mornings where it's just everything's gone wrong.
Yeah.
Get in my car, tyres completely gone. Right, so I've got to do the school runs as well. Got to do 2 different school runs. Me and the missus are on it.
So you loaded the kids in the car?
Loaded the kids.
Damn.
It's gone. So I've got a geezer out to do the tyre. It ain't the tyre, it's a hairline fracture. So it needs to be welded. Yeah, so if you go over a pothole, I'm going to give you a pothole. Country boy, innit?
Yeah.
You go over potholes and your wheels are a little bit... I've got big rims, innit? 22s. But yeah, it's a hairline fracture, so it needs welded. So I've had to take it to a specialist welder out of the way, get the kids to school, drama, and it's windy as well. No, actually, and then my missus' car, she's on the way, smoke starts coming out of it.
Oh, different car,
doubled,
of course.
Doubled over it. Yeah, we've got 4 others, so we were fine.
Hey, he's doing all right, the boy. He's doing all right.
No, and then the wind. There was a few other things. The wind. That was it. So all that drama's happening. We've come home. Then when the kids have got home, there's a giant power cut because of the wind. The wind's so bad. then my gazebo has flown off and smashed all over the place. You know, and just
It's the very first world problem, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
My gazebo's gone.
I know.
Mate,
This is
I've got a
this
balcony.
is it.
Yeah, that sentence has never been said before.
Yeah, my gazebo's
My
gone. Okay, I'm
party
losing
gazebo.
sympathy here.
I've had a bad week, my
Massively
gazebo's gone.
losing sympathy.
And it just things just it's a bad
spiral from
start to
there.
the week, but things have got better.
Because we're here.
Yeah, because we're here.
And you know, I'll knock us back on course with that being said. Because, right, the reason why we've got Bents here, because he sent a list of demands, and we've been able to do some of them, but we can't do all of them, Rory. And I know you, and you're a hard worker, but I wouldn't put you down as a prima donna.
No. It's like working with Mariah Carey.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, we've got a diva here to our
I've
left.
got them here, yeah.
I've got them in front of me.
Which ones before I walk?
Yeah, that's true. Well, here we go. I'm going to read a few out for the people that are watching and listening. I'm struggling here with this thing, by the way. You can see me battling. Just watch me battle this throughout the whole show. That'll be. Yeah, we could do a little counter in the bottom. How many times it pops out? So, tea temperature clause, right, Rory? This is what Bence has put in his.
See, that one I can empathise with.
No, you're already
if
on
someone
board.
gives you a lukewarm cup of tea, it is an insult.
It is, but this is how specific. He said all cups of tea must be brewed at precisely 92.5 Celsius, stirred anti-clockwise, and served in a mug that always says "World's Greatest Podcaster."
Yes,
there you go.
So
Right,
I'm
here
here
we
to
go.
take over.
So what we've done.
You haven't.
World's greatest podcaster. How about you? Look at that.
Superb.
Prime
Love
Bentley
that.
on the back. Look, how about that?
Love that. I want one of them. I want one of them.
Yeah, I feared this might happen. There you go. So that's clause 1 met.
I love that.
Happy
Hey,
with
there
that.
you go.
Do you know
You
what
should have set the bar a bit higher.
My week has just got better.
So that is a great gift.
Thank you,
Look at
guys.
That really is.
It's not bad.
Rory's
though.
gonna
I've got
get
my
the
eyes on
he's
that.
We're going to get a list from Rory now at the end of
Rory,
the show.
get a load of that, son.
I know, it's beautiful. I know, I'm going to get a bit busy with my demands.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
yeah.
I might put a few myself. Proper in ears would be nice, to be honest with you.
Oh,
But
yeah.
We'll go on. Snap policy. Bowls of Christmas contain only the non-broken pieces you've put here, Bence.
Yeah, I don't like broken pieces. That's a pet. I don't hate broken pieces.
Yeah,
Chris.
so you want someone to presumably want someone to pick those out.
Yeah, if I could. Yeah, these are demands of a sort of celebrity in the world's
Also, when you are the
greatest
world's
podcaster.
great's podcaster,
Yeah,
that's a
you
good
probably
point.
can get away with it, right?
No, that's a really good point.
Exactly.
It says any crisp with a crack, fold, or burnt edge, which I like that detail because I've never quite contemplated a burnt
Do
edge.
you eat burnt edge crisps?
No.
No.
I don't like the
Do you
green.
not-
You know when they get a shade of green?
What's that about?
I don't understand where that's come from.
No, I don't even know what that. I don't even want to know what that's
I
about.
like how particular you are, both about your tea and your crisps.
Where
Chris,
it's
I can
the,
empathise.
It's
Yeah.
the small wins in life.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Accurate on the field, and you got to be accurate off the field, haven't you?
You do,
with these?
yeah, details. It's all about details.
It is, isn't it?
So crisps are important, but I can't. Who eats that? I mean,
No.
out there, who eats?
No. You
No,
got to
I
launch
know.
that.
Like, I break it off and like launch it.
Yeah, and we're looking at you, Walkers. You know we're talking about you. It's always you can't get a green what's it, can you? Do you know what I mean? It's got to be an proper crisp.
Imagine a green what's it?
Yeah.
It's like bananas. Who eats bruised bananas?
No.
I'd take the bruise out. You do that.
I won't even
like-
eat. I'll just go, nah, that ain't
Really?
for me.
You throw the whole thing away because it's bruised?
Yeah, I can't do it.
He's a diva, isn't he? He's
Yeah,
a
mate,
diva.
what are we in for?
And a final one here that we'll read because we're going to open this up to the Studs Up community that we're trying to build here. Undoubtedly, that will build after this. The host must be supplied. Host, you're referring to yourself at this point. I think you thought you were hosting it, maybe.
Yeah, well, I am
Speaking in the third person
in
as
my
well.
head, I'm always the main character. Yeah.
You're the main man,
At the
innit?
minute, I'm not worried. I'm hosting. I'm hosting.
Yeah, he's in the middle.
Yeah, he's in the middle, to be fair. Right, host must be supplied with a fresh pair of immaculately pressed socks before each episode.
Yep.
The socks must be hand-delivered on a velvet cushion by a runner named Gary.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
Gary.
Yeah.
Do we have a Gary?
We don't have a Gary, right? So I'm putting this out there. Okay, we'll do a nationwide hunt for a Gary to be the runner on this show to deliver Bents his socks every week. His non-broken crisp. He could be in the studio.
You know, it's not easy to find a Gary. You know, there were no Garys born in the UK last year.
Yeah.
Damn,
None.
It's dying out.
Well, but I think it will come back because if you're my age, there's a load of Garys about.
Yeah.
So I think when those Garys, their children have children, they start doing a homage to the granddad. So Gary will come back.
Cool.
That's great logic, by the way. Here it goes again. It's great logic.
Calling your baby Gary.
I know, when you like that.
Neil.
Like that.
Or
Gary.
Ian.
It's all right. It's all right when you're like 28. But Gary.
What's
Gary,
I think Keith. If you've got a baby called Keith,
There's loads of those.
Yeah, just them
There's
names.
loads of those names. That are just sort of, although I do prefer those names to like those really hipster, trendy names.
like
River.
Eclipse.
Yeah.
Is that a name?
Yeah.
Any
Any of that.
Yeah.
Any of that. I
Yeah.
just think those really modern.
Yeah.
Really modern. Really
trying too hard.
Yeah. No offense. Like Essexy.
What have you got going on, baby? I'm Hertfordshire. It's blasphemy.
No offense. When someone says no offense, there's offense coming.
Mine was orange and it's a giveaway, isn't it? It's a team. Rylan Clark. You were thinking it.
I get called Ruben Amorim a lot in the comments.
Oh, you can't do that. You can't just give yourself a really flattering nickname. I get called Leonardo.
I don't want to be called Amorim.
Just because you're the host.
Mate, they all keep calling me Leonardo DiCaprio. It's so annoying.
Well, you got Michael J. Fox, and that's a good one.
I love that.
Is anyone saying that, or are you just saying that?
I'm
Michael
just
J.
saying
Fox?
it.
Yeah.
I love Michael J. But it's more the fact that he's about 4'11".
Yeah.
It's more that
size. No, you got this sort of energy.
Yeah, the Michael J. Fox energy. So I'm putting it back out there. There's a nationwide hunt for Gary, or as you pronounce it,
Gary.
So basically, we can find a Gary. If there's a Gary listening, you could have a job here.
You could have a job here. I don't know how well we'll pay, but you get to meet Bents and Rory Jennings.
Which is a disaster for you. Like, don't give him the booby prize immediately.
Maybe take that out. Then
Yeah,
we'll take that
you
out.
get to meet David Bentley.
Exactly. We need to get a tea in there, don't we? So there we have it. So we look for a
But
Gary.
with socks.
Yeah.
Just when you pull socks out and they're crusty, not crusty.
Yeah, you're not a fresh sock.
Oh no, that was my teenage.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not agreeing to that one. I don't remember. I don't know what you're talking
about. Did you
about.
ever do anything like that playing? Like John Terry used to wear like a new pair of boots every
3
half or something.
One to warm up.
Yeah.
First half, second half.
John Terry would have a new pair of boots like 3 times a game.
Yeah. You deny that?
I had ones every game, yeah.
New pair of boots every game.
I had to. When they just weren't snug enough and they became too...
You're not buying those, though, are you?
No, you're lucky enough to get the sponsors. It's
of course you are.
Diva life, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you know what? We're getting the sense here. We're getting to know Ben really well here.
Here we go.
Yeah. But a pair of boots every time. And
what boots were you? Do you remember? Like what boots?
Adidas or Puma? Was it sponsored by them? Yeah, but
nice. Puma.
Same thing. I tell you what, a lot of players do that because it's them small details, isn't it? You just feel like if your boots ain't right, it's going to be in your head. It's a bit like your ear things, you know. You can't have a good shot.
Can't have a good
if you're
shot.
only thinking of that.
Struggling over here.
See, I'm thinking of it, and it sort of goes like you're always. So if you're out on the pitch, them little details, if you're not taking care of them, you're thinking about that rather than the game. It's a weird.
Yeah, it gets in your head. I think. I remember reading Paul Gascoigne's book. Mm-hmm. There's a bit in there when he was talking. I think before a cup final, maybe the '91 cup final. Yeah. And he was really moaning about his shorts. He's like, they don't feel right. There's a real problem. These shorts aren't right. And he said to the kit man, and they're just the shorts. They didn't have any others. Yeah. The kit man just went out and went like, Paul, I'm going to get you some new shorts. No problem. Just went out. Stood there 5 minutes, went back in and was like, "Oh, these are the new shorts." Put some on, he goes, "Perfect."
Oh dear, mentality.
Yeah,
it's all in the mind.
It's tricked him there.
He's done all right, innit? So I need to get over this in ear thing. Then it's all in the mind. Maybe if I leave the room and then you tell me I got some new in ears.
Yeah,
that might work. That might happen.
By next week, that could be your thing. Ben's got a million things. You could just have. Can I please have some functioning?
Can I just
do
my
job?
Can I just do my job? Do you know what I mean? Can I just crack on?
You don't want to be thinking about that all the way through, and that's what it is.
I know what you're doing here, Ben.
I can't even see you.
Yeah. I'm going to plug you out.
He's right next to the plug as well, by the way. I've been strategically placed next to Ben here. Right, I'm going to knock us on course to some football because that's what we all love, and that's why we're here. Champions League, good to have it back, innit? You enjoying the not so new format anymore, but you liking that?
I'm unsure. I'm still
on the fence.
Yeah, I'll just tell you why, right? So Chelsea got beat by Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
If that had happened,
I don't know.
If that had happened in the old style group 4, you would now be like, there'd be real jeopardy. We'd be really panicked about who we're going to play next. You have to win your next game because a defeat on the opening day could be really, really detrimental.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. We're obviously going to progress. We're obviously going to go through, so it doesn't matter.
Do you think it's opened the new format though has opened up more expansive football where teams are actually going and having a go rather than setting up? That. Do you think that like when you're watching the Champions League games now, they do seem quite end to end?
Yeah, the Liverpool game, the Chelsea game.
Open it up?
Yeah, I think maybe because losing isn't so desperate early. Like what we should end up with later in this league. It becomes really intense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the opening games all feel a bit insipid to me.
Like a free hit.
Just because you can't... Chelsea will progress.
Yeah.
We've been beaten by Bayern Munich, but we will progress because... Do you remember how bad Man City were last year?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
They were horrific.
They went into a playoff or something.
They played Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But they still made it through, and they were horrific.
So you think they're protecting the bigger teams by allowing them more opportunity to be able to get?
Yeah, I do a bit
from a financial point of view.
Yeah, I do a bit.
It wouldn't surprise me that. It really wouldn't surprise me.
Are you on board with this new?
I like it. I like it because I like the idea of there being a varied amount of fixtures. You don't have to play every team twice. I do quite like that. What I would love to see though is when we get to the knockout stages to bring back the away goal rule, just to put that kind of you had to think about how you set up. Do you know what I mean? Away from home, and I really like that. So I think if you could have a blend of, oh, here it goes again. If you could have a blend of
it's on the move. It's on the move.
He's trying to escape his ear.
What's going on in there?
Let's check his ear. Right. What you got hiding in there?
I'm gonna have to hold it like this, like prime Britney Spears.
Sellotape your ear.
Yeah, I know. If we can introduce the away goal rule back into the knockout phases, I think, I would quite like that. But I'm on board. I have to say I'm on board with it.
I think football, or the people that sort of are controlling football, they have to be careful, with some of the decisions that they do make where they sort of damage football. I think I heard the other day about a sort of new championship rule where they're going to allow all the way down to 8th to potentially participate in sort of playoffs and so on. So you've got to be careful. You've got to protect it. Like you said, Chelsea would be under the cosh after losing that game. So, but has it, on the flip side, like I said, has it opened up more expansive football? Because a lot of the games that you sort of watch, they are end to end and so on. But apart from the Tottenham game, that was a bit drab, wasn't it? But
and I suppose, you know what? If you use last year's Champions League as like a case study for this new system, it was an half a good Champions League. You think about the drama that we had in those semi-finals.
Yeah, man.
Like that Barcelona game was possibly one of the best games I've ever seen.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah,
and that was all off the back of the new system. So
it's working. Yeah, it's working. Let's actually get stuck into some of the games then. Unfortunately, Rory, we'll start with Bayern Chelsea. I don't think we can go anywhere else but you. What do you make of it? Because it wasn't a terrible performance, and obviously you've scored a few goals. How would you summarise it?
I think it's a really simple one. I think Bayern are better than us. Harry Kane is one of the best players I think that has ever lived. Like, I really rate him highly. I kind of feel sorry for him. I think, you know what Alexander Isak has done? Alexander Isak forcing his way, agitating his way out of Newcastle. Yeah. And then Alexander Isak makes his debut, one of those famous nights at Anfield in Europe, and you go, that's why you did it. Harry Kane didn't agitate. And the fact that he didn't agitate, if he did, say he'd forced his way out, he would have gone to City the year they won the treble. He would have won a European Cup. He would have already broken the 260, and I think he would have won a Ballon d'Or that year.
Yeah.
Like, so he's that good. It's just his record won't go down as being that good because he hasn't. Yeah. He's ultimately scored 1 billion goals for Tottenham. None of them counted for anything.
This is nice guys finish last narrative that was flying about because obviously Mark Gay, he tried to get the move, but then he went about it the right way and he didn't get the move. And then you've got someone like Wissel or Isak who obviously threw their toys out of the pram. Let's be honest.
I just think that he's a true icon. How highly do you rate him?
He's one of the best England striker that's ever lived. I mean, I was at Tottenham with him when he was coming through as a young lad.
Did you see it in him then?
Not really. This is the surprising element of him, and he's a great lad. And I remember being on the golf course with him. I'm going to make a claim that I was the one that inspired Kane to do it. We went playing golf.
Well,
right?
Thank you.
And I said it was when he was on loan somewhere. I think it was at Leicester or somewhere like that. And I said, why is it every time you get the ball, shoot? I said, if you find yourself near the corner flag, shoot. If you know, just snap, bang, bang, bang. Yeah. So it was a claim that I made Harry Kane.
There we go.
But it was advice that I said, and I remember because previous to that, he was showing signs, but not to the level. Obviously, he's an incredible player to do what he does. He's like a machine.
Yeah.
They're like him, Salah, people like that. They're like Pro Evo. You know, you just press the button, bang, and it's a goal. Yeah. It's incredible to see, and obviously he's such a nice kitty guy as well. Nice fella. What he's done for England, scoring the goals. What he's done by going to Germany and doing it as well. So he's gone to
Am I wrong here? I think it's such a shame that he's in Germany.
He'll come back, no? Do you think he'll come back?
I think he will. But what Harry Kane should be is rivaling Rooney as our best ever. And I just don't think history's going to be that kind to him. Wrongly. I think that history is often written by the winners. They don't get the plaudits that they deserve because they haven't won it.
Yeah,
like
right.
People will completely wrongly, in my opinion here. People will, if you start talking about the best Premier League midfielders ever, some people will go, you can't put Gerrard in the list. Like, Gerrard is an icon beyond, like, one of the best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But people, idiots, will go, you can't really put Gerrard in that conversation because he didn't win it.
Do you know, I am one of those idiots, to be honest.
Would you say that, honestly?
Yeah.
Well,
do you see what I mean?
In a Premier League all-time 11, for example. I think he's an unbelievable player, but say that my criteria for a Premier League all-time 11 is you had to have won the Premier League. And that is like a hot take. Don't get me wrong. I've been torn to shreds for it, but I still stand by it.
Yeah, it's a wild one because you end up giving like Jeremy, who played at Chelsea, a place in the team, or potentially being a candidate for a team, and taking Steven Gerrard, who is...
I don't think you can do that.
No, but I wouldn't put him in. I wouldn't
but he's on the table, whereas you're taking...
You'd put a good player over Gerrard.
But like that narrative that you subscribe to there,
yeah,
I think that's going to do Harry Kane's legacy the world of like major mischief.
It's a shame that we view it like that, don't we? Because the iconic moments that Gerrard sort of provided, what with the sort of Champions League, Istanbul sort of moments. I think it was the FA Cup final.
West Ham and Olympiacos in the
Champions League. Exactly. And what he did for Liverpool and staying there, he should be known as one of the greatest players that ever lived.
If you use that example, if you use the Gerrard example, I worry in a way for Harry Kane's legacy, because it's so easy for people to just dismiss it. It's so easy. Like before you've even debated it or appreciated the brilliance, you just go, "Well, he didn't win it, so game over."
Yeah, do you know? I think even if you think about Premier League all-time 11s, you see everyone like try and give that a go. Harry Kane very rarely makes that. Even if you're playing two strikers up front. So I do see what you're saying. I'll knock us back on course of this game, Bayern Chelsea. In terms of Chelsea, I mean, we've had people like Cara come out and say things like, they won Mickey Mouse Cups and all that kind of jazz. Where do you stand on it? Where do you stand on Chelsea as they are right now? Because there's some corners of the fan base that are saying things like, our back two aren't strong enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's 100% true. That's 100% true.
So all those players you signed, and you still couldn't sort out that,
but there's something wild going on at Chelsea that doesn't make any sense if you look at it through the lens of football. If you're trying to build a football team, the football team that can compete and win the league, that isn't what this ownership are doing. That isn't what the strategy is at all. You can tell that the fact that Robert Sanchez is still the goalkeeper. Yeah. You can tell that the fact that our best centre-half at the club, Levi Colwill, got injured and they didn't replace him.
That for a long time.
When Colwill was injured, Fofana perennially injured, Tosin Adarabioyo probably not good enough, Trevor Chalobah good enough but not good enough to be the main man. When you analyse that and you go, right, you've got a bit of time in the transfer window, what are we going to do? You go, you've got major problems at the back. You go, don't worry about that, we're going to sign Garnacho and Buonanotte. You're like, wait, what? Like, fix the problem. Like, you know the way that an ownership should approach a squad is look at the deficiency in the squad and then buy. So Liverpool, as an example, they analysed their squad and they deduced that Robertson needed a bit of help.
Yeah.
I still rate Robertson really highly, but he needed a bit of help.
Yeah.
So they go and they buy a proven Premier League player in Kirkes. They
Nunes
analysed exactly.
Yeah.
Nunes not good enough. They go and buy it. Right. Chelsea have gone, okay, the goalie's not good enough. You go, keep him anyway. The centre halves are knackered. Don't worry about it. Buy Garnacho because he could be worth a fortune in the future.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah,
it's a mess.
Bit too business minded.
Yeah, I think it's with the financial rules as well. They're all playing this sort of game, aren't they? By selling some of their best youth products. That's what I mean with the decisions that the footballing people are making. They've got to be careful that they're not damaging football, and you can see that with some of the young players that are looking to not develop. They're just looking to ship them out.
But that's
and sort of make full profit.
Because we would have honestly, I think, if we had really approached it, an Abramovich window, I think we could have won the league. If we had gone right, let's build a team to win the league here. What you do is you buy Donnarumma and you buy Mark Gahey.
Buy for now.
You buy Donnarumma and Gahey, and suddenly, and that's only cost you about 70 million quid, by the way. And suddenly you've got like one of the best
100%.
goalkeepers in the world and England's best centre half. And then what you do? Here's another great example that just demonstrates what the ownership at Chelsea are doing, and that's why we're losing games like Bayern. Right? You sell Noni Madueke. So you make quite a lot of money on Madueke. Now, if you want to win the league, you sell Madueke, you buy Eze. If you don't want to win the league but you want to make money, you sell Madueke and you go and buy Jamie Gittins. That's the difference. So we're not trying to build a team to win the league, and ultimately that's why you go to Bayern Munich, you've got the brilliance of Cole Palmer, like the goal he scored was just...
Oh, mate, he's my favourite player.
He's unreal, isn't he?
He's
my favourite.
Unbelievable. What a touch
he plays
of class.
Football.
He's a throwback.
You. I love footballers that are just artists. Like Cole Palmer is a 1970s maverick throwback footballer and 100.
Yeah.
Trevor Francis.
Beautiful words.
And he can play anywhere really, but he'll still find himself in those dangerous positions as long as he's in and amongst the front line, isn't it? So He's unbelievable.
It's nice to see a player like that in the modern game, and that's exactly what it is. I think they need to be protected as well. You need mavericks to inspire the new generation. You need to inspire the fans that are watching. You know, when you tune in, if you've got a player that's a maverick like that, you'll tune in to watch Southampton v. You know,
you watch Matt Letizia. Matt Letizia is going to score. Let's watch Matt Letizia.
I used to watch him. or Kincladze at Derby, or these players, and they need to be protected. I think it should be a manager and a club's duty to provide that as a and protect that for fans and the paying customers to be able to watch. You need somebody like a maverick like that in the team because it just inspires, and it creates a connection to the fans as well. Cole Palmer creates, just with himself, you think of the billions that have been spent there. You've got this Cole Palmer that is inspired and a Chelsea team to go on and do what they've done.
I feel like a kid again. You know when Cole Palmer picks the ball up? I feel like when I was young and we had Gianfranco Zola. When I was a bit older, Arjen Robben. When I was a bit older again, Eden Hazard. They're the icons. Like no kid grows up wanting to be a system player. I want to be a really good system footballer when I grow up. Shut up. Of course you don't. You want to be Eric Cantona. What are you talking about? Because you don't want to be a system footballer.
Yeah, I like that. I like what you're saying. But ultimately, and you mentioned at the top, you think Chelsea will be all right. You think they'll get through. Ben, so let's talk about Spurs. Spurs Villarreal was a bit of a smash and grab. It was one of those, but you get the job done. New man at the helm. Let's get your thoughts on Frank.
I think he's very good. He's very articulate the way he talks. I think that a lot of people I've spoke to, like he's on the ball, with everything. He's
night and day compared to Ange, right?
Yeah, he's very, very. He's prepared for everything. You can see. I think Van der Ven and a few others have come out. I think Brennan Johnson's come out and they left a bit on him really with what they said. They've sort of said, we're more organised now and we defend as a team, we're more collective. Yeah, and he's left a bit on him a little bit. And
some indirects there,
Yeah, and you can see that with the captaincy given to Romero. And I really do think, they've got a solid foundation and he's created that. You see that in the game. And then once you've got the gel and the relationships built going forward, because I think Simmons will look really good and Kudos, it looks a great player that they're going to create stuff. And obviously the people they've got that are sort of injured and not in the squad, I think they've got a chance, if they get it right in the next two windows, to really do well and push on and push forward. But with the game, I mean, Villarreal, I think they come with 250 fans.
Yeah.
And it was quite subdued. It was quite like, the energy was quite subdued. But they got the job done. It wasn't the most exciting game. It wasn't as a Champions League sort of opening night. But I definitely think there's some great sort of things that come out of that game. That you see that it's moving in the right direction. And Thomas Frank, he's had a big part to play in that, especially with last year. The positivity coming off Ange and winning the European trophy and the parade and so on. For him to cut, it's a short period to come into the football club and stamp your authority, and it looks like he's won the dressing room.
And finally, guys, we've got a special Studs Up offer for everybody on talkSPORT Bet. So if you put a tenner in, you get £40 in free bets. So bet 10, get 40. All you need to do is head to www.talksportbet.com/Studs Up for you guys exclusively watching. So head on over and get that. Why wouldn't you? Another thing it does as well, Liverpool versus anyone really at the moment. The last 10 minutes of the game, the other team's going to get twitchy, aren't they? That's what it's going to be, because they're going to expect a
twitchy
goal.
bum time,
isn't it? Twitchy bum time, that's what they
especially
say.
In front of the clock.
And it must be something psychological that Slot has installed into this team, in my opinion anyway.
Yeah, but you've got the psychology of stuff like that. You can have a positive influence as a manager, but you can also have negative ones, and he's come in with a huge positive. I think back to where psychology started to come into sort of football, and I remember sitting in an England camp where Steve McLaren had got a guy called Bill Beswick. He was like a spiritual kind of
proper name, that by the way.
Yeah, Bill Beswick. I know.
Always works. Any alliteration.
And I remember he says you've got a group session. It's like with international sort of Premier League players, and I'm thinking I think I'm sort of around the 20 age or something. I'm thinking, I'm turning up. But I remember sitting in this meeting, and I had Steven Gerrard next to me, Frank Lampard, Michael Owen.
Whoa.
And I'm sat there, and he starts talking, and it's a load of jargon about visualise it, which is fair play. All right, there's room for it. But Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Michael Owen.
Visualise it. So when he's just one of your, he just captained his hometown club to a European Cup. You don't need to visualise anything.
You can't. What?
The ball's on him though. To be fair, to be stood up there in front of all these ballers and trying to plug it.
He's got. He was getting a bit of one go. But to do that And that's what I'm saying. You can have positive influence as a manager, and you can do positive things, which Arne Slot and Thomas Frank and people like that are coming.
Yeah.
But you can also have negatives, which are huge negatives.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why we didn't qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah,
and got Wally with a brolly.
Yeah.
That was me in the podcast. I was Wally in the services, wasn't I?
Love it.
Yeah, that's
how it can go wrong, though. Psychology. If you're doing the wrong things,
you can do the wrong things, and you're just looking at that. For example, you're looking at 3 or 4 of the greatest players. Yeah, fair play, me, young lad, I can do that. But you're looking next to it, and you're going, hold up, like this is.
Yeah.
But that is the way to lose a dressing room, because you're trying to install things that are just not. You can see how managers fail with certain logics and ideologies that they go into a football club, and I think you can see that they do some strange things like that.
It's screaming Arteta to me, that though. It's screaming Arteta. You know the things that he's done, playing the atmosphere, and he's getting the ball back.
Get the ball back. Yeah. But I like what he does it in the way his delivery is. He's really on it, isn't he? He's over, you know.
He gets away with it somehow.
Yeah, he gets away with it, and I kind of think he does it in the right way.
Yeah.
I kind of have in Arteta a little bit. I think this is a season he's got to win. But I am having some of his methods. It seems like the players enjoy playing for him. They are a solid team. I think he's done. Yeah. I wouldn't say he's in McLaren or the Bill Beswick.
Yeah. No.
What a name!
What a name! Good name. And they did win. Arsenal, by the way, Athletic Club. It takes us nicely into this one to finish off. The Champions League. Of course, there's some games tonight, but we don't have the privilege of knowing what those results are yet. But Athletic Club versus Arsenal, Rory, they got the job done, didn't they?
Power of the squad.
Yeah,
power of the squad. Yeah. Like it's so important that you have that squad depth, and they most certainly have it now. Martinelli, I thought the goal was unreal, and he's coming for a lot of stick. Yeah. Not only from opposition fans, by the way, he's coming for a lot of stick from some gooners. But the goal, the quality to kind of slow the defender down, take it on his head, and then bang, he was off. Yeah, but it was a really good goal. Obviously, Mikel Arteta deserves a lot of credit. Your man, made the substitutions, and scored after about 30 seconds, didn't he?
Yeah.
So I think it was a great demonstration that Arsenal are serious. And do you know what? I can't tell you. You know, when people are snide about Arteta, I'm kind of in your camp here with regard to him, primarily for this reason. Yeah. I've never been scared about Arsenal winning a European trophy before. They're a great club in terms of the pantheon of greats. They're right up there. Yeah. But they have a pitiful record in Europe. Yeah. Insignificant, totally insignificant. Apart from that Alan Smith goal, 3 decades ago, it's like nothing. You know, they really are insignificant. Last year, I thought they were going to win the European Cup. I thought it was going to happen. Yeah. You know, they beat Real Madrid home and away, and I actually thought that they were capable of doing it. And the reason I believed was Mikel Arteta. Yeah. So anyone that's snide about him, you've got to rationalise it. Did you think they were going to win the European Cup? Like, I was actually processing, okay, if they win it, how do I react? Where do I go on holiday? Because there'll be a billion of them in London. You know, the day they're playing in the final, London will be unlivable. Yeah. And I was kind of working out. All right, we'll probably go to the Cotswolds that day or something because I'm not going. I'm not going. Yeah,
Cotswolds.
I'm getting out. Yeah. I'm getting. I'm not going to be around. But because I believed he was going to do it. I actually thought they're going to do it. Yeah. So them winning in Europe. It's a big result for them away from home in the way that they did, making full use of the squad. It's a perfect night at the office. Yeah, I think they're second favourites at the moment with talkSPORT about
that's ridiculous. Time recording. Yeah.
Where are Chelsea? Hold up. Where are Chelsea?
They're like 8th. They're 16-1 away last night.
16-1.
Yeah.
Would you ever bet?
What you can't do ever. This is disrespectful. Heritage and history always counts, right?
We've got him going, Ben.
Heritage and history always counts. And as brilliant as Arsenal are at the moment, and as good as their squad is, and as wonderful a footballer as Bukayo Saka and Eberechi Eze and Declan Rice are, sorry, they have no right being anywhere near the top tier when it comes to European football. No,
Arsenal's history and heritage
is insignificant.
Is better than Chelsea.
No, in Europe, Europe they're insignificant. It's actually
just going to sit back and let these.
They have a pitiful record in Europe, truly abysmal, and putting them at the top tier here. It's
given the state of the squad,
bet is what I'd say. Shame on talkSPORT bet.
Are you listening? Are you listening, traders?
Shame on talkSPORT bet. You can't have Arsenal at the top of this.
Arsenal's history and heritage is better than Chelsea, or more significant.
But we've got 2 European Cups. We're the only London club with a European Cup. We are London's only representative of Europe. By the way, when we played each other in Europe, we don't talk about this enough. We went to Baku and we slapped them for 4. We beat. It was an inter-London final. When it comes to Europe, look, if you want to talk Premier League, it's different. They were contenders for the Premier League, and you could argue where they rank in terms of like the great clubs in the country. but don't bring them to the table for European conversation.
Second favourite.
Last
Second
one,
favourite.
yeah.
Well, that's shame on
second
football,
favourite.
like I've said.
Yeah.
Shame on you, Ryan.
I'll take
Shame
it.
on you.
I'll take it. But you think you can go far then, Ben? So you think?
I think they can. Well, obviously, they're
rightfully second favourites. That's what.
I think they've turned up. Hostile environment. It was loud. I mean,
what's support, Bilbao?
Yeah, beautiful place, and but the atmosphere was great. They've gone into a big European night. They soaked up pressure for 30 minutes, which was another sign of a good team.
Yeah.
Everything that they could throw at them, Arsenal soaked it up.
Yeah.
And then they were over there, got the job done, good substitutions. And like you said, I thought Eze on that left side, he had a really poor game. And, but there you go, strength of the squad that they brought Martinelli in. And what a response that he's gone on.
Lacking confidence.
It's actually a
And his
perfect
mentality.
night. It couldn't have gone better. You've gone away from home. Uneventfully, you've got the win. Your squad have delivered. I think it's just about as perfect as it can be, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're all in agreement, rightfully second favourites.
That Arsenal have got a bigger history and heritage than Chelsea.
We're all in
Hey!
agreement.
Go Rory!
It's an
Rory the
absolute
Tiger!
shocker. Better than a racing car, which is what I usually get. No, honestly, it's a travesty that they're anywhere near the top of that. You don't get the right to be at the top of these things until you've earned it, and they haven't earned it.
Whoa, I like it. It's fighting talk. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. It'll play out.
Okay, right. So that's the Champions League preview done. The podcast is called Studs Up. I'm sure you've all been attentive to that and seen that. So we're going to go two-footed, or more importantly, I mean, he's already gone two-footed on Arsenal being second favourites. But we're going to throw over to Rory, and we're going to say, what's annoyed you this week? Who are you going to go two-footed on?
It's really annoyed me. I've kind of got more vexed about this than I think I should, but it's Ruben Amorim. I think he's a complete charlatan, a total fraud, a joke. I think it's. And do you know what I find such a wind-up?
Go on.
Do you know when people start talking to me about a system or the squad or whatever? You're like, change the system. You're the manager.
Yeah.
All this. Mourinho said it. Mourinho said it spot on. Mourinho basically went, if you die by your system, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And he is so right.
Yeah,
it's the most frustrating thing. I think it's surrounded. There's a virus around football. It's not only him that's doing it.
No, that Wally up at Glasgow Rangers.
Wally
up at Glasgow
Rangers.
He's been called out as well.
Absolute Wally up at Glasgow
See, me and
Rangers.
Rory are coming together now. Look at this.
I just don't get it.
It's
David,
so frustrating. I'm watching Man
Camaraderie.
United. I think Man United are a beacon of Premier League football.
Yeah, of course.
When we're talking about this, and
One
you
of
see
the
their revenues.
best institutions, best British footballing institutions. Like it's an institution that deserves to be respected, and it's a great institution. And this Burke is running the club, and he's running them into the ground.
Yeah. Well, you talked about living by the sword, dying by the sword. It's more like he's living by the butter knife and dying by the butter knife. There is no sword. It hasn't ever looked like it's good. But what I will say is, right, I'm on. Obviously, I do a little bit for Inside Devils and things like that. I'm a Man United fan.
Oh,
yeah. So hold on. I'm not backing it. I'm not backing it.
From Birmingham.
There we go.
We're global. We're all over.
Cantona.
Yeah.
I mean, he was my. I got you there. I'm with you.
Okay. So look, what I'll say is, we can't completely write off last season, but we can all establish he didn't want to come when he got brought in. Okay, he didn't want to. He said, "I don't want this. It's not what I want." But it was now or never. You have to come in. So he comes in, right? Gets to the end of the season. The squad's not his squad. He gets Patrick Dorgu in the January transfer window. But we've all collectively, especially as Man United fans, said, right, we're going to give him the summer. We're going to let him bring some players in. And also, we're kind of in a rebuilding phase. Some Man United fans, including myself, are saying top half finish is good enough. Yeah, bearing in mind we finished 15th.
Mate, I've got to interrupt you. I'm so sorry. I know. Out of respect, I should allow you to land this point, but I just can't hear it. It's utter nonsense. It's utter woke nonsense. Ruben Amorim. I don't care about when he wanted to come in. I don't care about the squad. I don't care about Patrick Dorgu. It's so many excuses.
Yeah.
Last season, he was the orchestrator of Manchester United's worst ever Premier League season, culminating in what I believe to be their worst ever result. Manchester United, the great institution of Manchester United, do not lose a European final to Tottenham Hotspur.
And the way they lost it.
It's Tottenham.
Spursism.
Not turning up.
Yeah.
So that alone was sackable.
Yeah.
And everything that we learned last year has been mimicked this year. The Grimsby result.
I still feel sick about that. I'm not going to lie.
The Grimsby
Whenever
result,
someone brings that up.
That was the epitome of Ruben Amorim.
And do you know when I realised that he'd actually kind of infiltrated and messed with the fibres of the club. Manchester United as a club, that Stretford end, it's about the best, striving for the best, demanding excellence. Off the back of that first day of the season, Ruben Amorim has somehow gaslit Man United fans to coming out of the ground and going, we got beat by Arsenal, but it was good.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Why are they protect? What's going on?
But
Man United aren't happy with a defeat to Arsenal ever.
But Man United are in a place. They're in a place right now. Man United fans are. Do we rinse and repeat? Do we just sack this manager now?
Just get a good one.
That'd be nice.
Thomas Frank.
Thomas Frank is proof. You go and get a good manager, you become a good club.
So far though, but even Thomas Frank's only 4 or 5 games into the season. Let's not forget how Ange started his tenure at Spurs. He was flying. So there's a danger of going too early.
Have you seen this week the pictures of Amorim 500 yards away with netting coming down watching
Look, it gives me the ick. It does give me the ick.
I mean, these methods
when he
hid
from those penalties.
Hid from the penalty. I mean,
stature. Man United manager, one of the biggest jobs in world football.
But let's go back to the players. So you're working with the players. It's okay being good in front of the camera, which everybody quite enjoys, quite open and talks. But you've got probably 5 to 10 players that have now left the football club that he's not grabbed by the scruff of the neck and made him better. Marcus Rashford, Sancho, all these players, Garnacho, the boy who went to Real Betis, Anthony. Right, you've looked at it. I'm looking at Anthony going, you've gone there, you've revitalised, you said, come back here, son, I'm going to make... That's a sign of a good manager. Setting up your teams and not going out and just playing... and setting up your team, 3, whatever he does, 3-5, whatever, these formation, this system... I'm not changing the system. To suit. I'm away at Man City. I'm gonna have a low block or this. We're gonna put pressure. I'm gonna change I think he's getting a free ticket in a minute. I can't believe he's so frustrating to watch and see.
He's hard to defend.
And imagine this. Imagine like this being a genuine thing. Bournemouth have a better manager than Man United.
Yeah.
Fulham have a better manager than Man United. What is going on?
I know. Do you know what? It's hard to defend. I'm doing my best to be positive. I never call for a manager's head.
Why though? What is this culture of Man United?
He stands a mile away from his team watching train. I mean, I've seen it all.
Mate, it's because everyone goes, well, Mark Robbins had to save Fergie's career, and that could have all been different if we'd sacked him. And you're like, what? One example.
I agree with that. We can't live, based on nostalgia. Don't get me wrong, but it's tough to defend. Don't. It depends on the day you get me, but. I cannot call for the manager's head 4 games in the season when in the summer I said I would back him and it would be a tough season.
It's not 4 games into the season. It's 50 games into his tenure.
Yeah. I know, but...
He's down the bottom in the form guy, isn't he?
It goes down.
It
goes down.
Relegation.
It's tough. It's tough out here. It's completely understandable why you're going 2-footed on him. Let's put it that way. He is
the worst manager that Manchester United have ever had. And that includes... If you want to do it, I
agree with that.
When Rangnick was there as an interim, that includes everything. He is literally the worst manager.
He was bad as well.
He was bad, but in his defence, he did point out a few.
He said they need open heart surgery.
He's the worst manager that Manchester United have ever had, and somehow people are making excuses for him. And he's changed the culture of the club. That is the most important thing. Man United fans being happy about a defeat to Arsenal is mental.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's getting tougher and tougher to defend him, even when you boys.
I know you've turned, didn't you?
I'm trying.
That's what we do. The world's greatest podcast.
That's what we do. When these two unite, you're What a force, by the way. He's 5-2 at the moment for the next Premier League manager to be sacked. He's 5-2 right now, so you're still getting a little bit.
Who's
talkSPORT bet?
He's second. He's the favourite.
No, I don't know if he's the favourite. I've just got.
It's got to be him and Potter, in it. It's got to be.
Potter's got to be favourite.
But
I mean, Ange.
But these managers.
Ange before Christmas.
Oh mate, that's so funny.
Good one, though.
Ange before Christmas. These managers, though, are like it's an epidemic in the game.
Yeah.
Where they're failing upwards. Russell Martin was abysmal at Southampton.
Yeah,
should hang his head in shame.
Yeah.
He's gone to one of the biggest clubs in the land, right?
Yeah.
And he's doing exactly the same there.
Yeah.
Vincent Kompany totally flopped at Burnley.
Yeah.
Gone to one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah.
Because they have this ideology.
At least Ruben was good at sporting, though.
No, but I think Vincent is the one that they're using as an example that they can get that big buy job. But at the end of the day, what a glittering career Kompany had. He was captain of one of the biggest teams in the period. He's gone in at Burnley, done really well and showed signs. And then he come up to the Premier League and had one bad set and he got the job. I think Bayern have recognised something as a leader in it. Yeah. I think if these other managers are using that as an example, it's just a detriment. It's detrimental to football in itself. It's so horrible to turn the TV on. And watch that or go.
It's hard. It's rough out here at the moment. Man United fan. It is rough out here, but valid. valid. I'm going to say to go 2 footed on that is valid. As I move us on to actually the upcoming Premier League weekend, that's what we're going to do to round off the Studs Up podcast episode 1. Now we're all going to pick. We've been given a fixture each for the upcoming Premier League weekend. We're all going to pick what we think the result's going to be. Maybe preview it between the 3 of us as well, and then we're going to put that into a Studs Up ACCA. That's what we're going to do. Okay, and that's going to be on.
Where do winnings go?
So that's a great question.
Where did the winnings go?
Well, I've been told if they come in, we get like celebration, like party.
We'll get a big night out.
We'll have a proper
party.
So we'll make sure that happens. We'll make sure that happens. But we're also being scored right between the 3 of us. So you can go on talkSPORT Bet. You can have a little bet on the ACCA.
Rory, come on.
I'm taking this really seriously.
So this is how it goes. Okay, if you go for the favourite, you get 1 point. Okay. If you go for the outsider, you get 2 points.
Right.
And if you go for the draw, and it comes in, obviously, you get 3 points. Okay. So, but by the next international break, we'll have a look at the table. Whoever's bottom has to do a forfeit that we'll all pick. Maybe we'll all pick it over the next couple of weeks. Open it to the comments. They can say what the forfeit's going to be as well. I'm worried about the man to my left because I know you're...
Oh, I've got a few. I've got a few others. Don't worry about that. I'm excited about it.
You've got to win. You can't finish bottom. Real jeopardy.
Yeah.
See, it's not like the Champions League this year. Real jeopardy. You can't finish bottom.
Exactly. You like that. Let's start with the first fixture that we'll preview, which is Arsenal versus Manchester City. And Bence, I believe you've been allocated this fixture.
I have.
Yeah. So
what a game.
Oh, yeah,
what a game.
It is tough, yeah.
What a game. Two teams.
Yeah.
Man City have sort of reignited themselves, with that win over the easy Derby win.
Yeah.
But I think they were energetic there. You see Haaland, he was like a beast.
Back at it,
he was back in beast mode, yeah. And I think they've changed it up. I think Guardiola's been through a bit of a sort of tough time personally. His wife. I don't know whether she had some sound words that he can't lean on now. But he seems to have sort of sorted himself out. And going in, I think they're back up doing well. I think I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Yeah.
You're going for a draw.
I'm going for a draw because
the big 3 points. If it comes in,
because I think Arsenal are strong. And Man City, they're both meeting each other, and I believe it'll be a draw, yeah. 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw, okay. Right then, you've been given Manchester United versus Chelsea. Now, even in Man United's current form, you don't like playing there, do you? And I think the Chelsea fans are raising an eyebrow.
Man United beat Chelsea this week.
It's one of those
Amorim will be on the phone, won't he?
It's one of those weird records. Like, we haven't got a great record up there at all lately. Yeah. I think Juan Mata's got it was 2013 or something like that.
Yeah.
We really haven't got a good record there now. But when I was a kid, even when we were average, like Gavin Peacock was scoring winners up there, Michael Dewberry was scoring winners up there. Like we were good there, and basically now it doesn't really matter because we will batter Manchester United. We will just batter them.
I think
they haven't got a prayer. You won't get a ball off us. And there is nothing that Ruben Amorim can do to surprise us. He will nullify his best players. Amad Diallo, one of your best players last year, will be playing as a fullback. Bruno Fernandes, probably the best player in your squad, will be totally redundant as a holding midfielder. Therefore, we will dictate the play, dictate the tempo, and win at Old Trafford.
Wow. Can we get a score just so we can...
Yeah, we'll win 4-0.
I'm backing him there.
You two, right? You were butting heads a little bit, and now look at you.
We're friendly.
Look at that camaraderie.
Yeah, but like any great relationship,
you never know.
Ups and downs.
There's fireworks when he starts cheating on me on the sports bar.
I can feel it. I can feel the tension over here. Okay, wow. So
that's how I'm going for. What's your one?
So I've got Liverpool versus Everton.
Hard fixture.
Oh God, it's so tough, because I had in my mind what I wanted to do and what I was going to go for, but then obviously Liverpool win the way that they win, and they played well as well. There was obviously lapses of concentration which let Atletico back in, but they still played so well, and really they could have scored a few more. Liverpool.
Yeah. Actually, he's got a really easy one. Yours is a tricky one to select.
Tricky.
Why? Why do you think so? Why do you think this one's easy?
Well, because as much as it sounds like the Merseyside Derby could go any way or whatever, it actually can't, can it?
No. Well, I don't know. I'm going to surprise you.
Go on.
Oh,
yeah, I'm going for the draw. I'm going to go for a draw here. I think it could be a low-scoring draw. I think it could be 1-1. That's what I'm going to go for. I don't think that Liverpool. I know we've talked about it. We talked about the psychology. We talked about scoring the last 10 minutes. I think they're the first team in history to win 4 games and score the winner in the last 10 minutes in all 4 games. But I just don't think that is a sustainable practice. I don't think they can keep relying.
But it is sustainable because they've done it 5 times in a row. So that is exactly the word sustainable.
It's great so far. That won't happen all season. No. And I also think it is a different kind of Liverpool than last season. And I think the wheels will fall off to a degree. I still make them favourites of the Premier League, don't get me wrong. But I don't see them getting a last-minute winner. against Everton. Maybe a last-minute equaliser. But
so what are you thinking? Jack Grealish dictates it? Or?
I don't think Everton have got enough to be able to dictate a Liverpool side.
I think the form table, I think they're right up there though, Everton.
Yeah, they are
since
very
Moyes has come over.
Coming up against this Liverpool team.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when we've seen Everton teams with like really good Everton teams over the years, they always get done. Like, do you remember when Liverpool fairly recently they played their kids in the cut, and Curtis Jones scored a blinding goal. That was totally set up for Everton to win at Anfield for the first time in however long, and they got beat.
Yeah, I know. Listen, you two influenced me a little bit with the Amorim. You're not influencing me.
You're not, okay.
No, I know. I'm standing
You be true to yourself.
You boys stay on that side of the table. All right. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 1-1. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a draw.
Yeah.
There you go. Low scoring draw. I don't think Isak will. I don't think he'll start this game, actually. I think that was more air miles and getting a fitness. I think Ekitike will start. It will probably come off 60th minute, 70th minute. And I just don't think he'll be there. I think it's going to be 1-1. So I've gone for the draw as well. So if that comes in, that's going to be 3 points.
You've gone for 1-1 as well, yeah?
Yeah. So I think it could be 2-2. No, I'm going to go 1-1. It could even be 0-0.
1-0's safe.
Yeah.
But I think Liverpool battered them.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see. We'll be here next week. We'll review it and we'll see the scores on the doors, won't we?
I want a bonus point if I'm right.
Yeah. So, and that's the Studs Up Acca as well, by the way. That's going to be on talkSPORT Bet, so you can have a little look at that. I imagine that's going to be quite a tasty price with 2 draws in there as well. So that's it. That's the Acca. That's a preview. Before we go, you've got a little golfing expedition, haven't you?
I have. Jamie O'Hara.
Yeah.
Playing him tomorrow.
You repping Studs Up, yeah? That's what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Studs Up versus Sports Bar.
Oh.
Take him down, Sports Bar. We're getting it. Are you on my team now?
100%.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I like O'Hara, but Studs Up till I die.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Studs Up until I die.
Till I die.
Yeah, exactly.
So have you played much with O'Hara before, by the way? Or
he's good, isn't he?
I've played with him once.
He's a good O'Hara.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's steady,
really
but
good.
obviously I bring my flamboyant sort of savvy.
Are you good? Do you play?
I'm all right.
Got a bit of finesse. I could see by the hand gesture there. Just got a little bit.
Yeah,
I saw what you did there.
The ball,
Yeah, I like that.
I can hit it. I'll bring my A game tomorrow.
Don't let us down.
No, I don't. I'm in the boxing gym in the morning with Kevin Mitchell.
I'm
fighting Jody Morris.
Now maybe I'm not on your side. Maybe. I'm on your side versus O'Hara.
It's up and down this relationship.
I told you about
relationships. I've got to back Morris. It's Chelsea Tottenham, isn't it?
He ain't coming. He ain't getting nowhere near me.
Did you say Kevin Mitchell?
What?
You Kevin Mitchell?
Yeah,
Kevin Mitchell. The West Ham used to fight.
Kevin
I went to his fight. He fought Michael Katsidis at Upton Park.
I'm down in Hornchurch in the morning in the gym doing a bit.
Kevin Mitchell was like a brilliant fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's proper. He's manifesting his rocket.
Seriously? Wait, does Jody know?
Mate,
Are you
Jody's
in trouble.
Chelsea. Don't start. Chelsea can't take on like Tottenham and Arsenal.
Look at
Chelsea, get out of
I
here.
can't believe that. I went to a fight
Rory,
years ago at Upton Park.
are you on my side for this fight?
Come on.
No, I'm
when
on your
you're
side
watching
versus
me
O'Hara.
versus Jody.
I'm with you versus O'Hara.
Yeah,
I'm good.
but
No,
not Jody.
Jody's my boy.
Really?
Of course.
Oh no.
Honestly, I'm hurt.
Yeah, I bet. Look.
I had a tear of
when
joy
is that
earlier,
fight?
and
When
I
is
got
that?
big tears of sadness
When is the
from
fight?
you, Rory.
I'm coming to that. When is it?
It's October the 18th at the Grosvenor House Hotel.
Oh, I love it.
Is it
A
really
bit of
now?
Park Lane.
Studs up table, bosh.
We'll
Yeah.
turn up, but you need to maybe sit on a different table.
No, I know,
That's the
because
thing,
I'll be looking into his
Jody's.
little
Yeah,
blue
yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, Jody's,
won't
yeah.
I? I'll be looking over it. Look at your little teddy bear.
Yeah.
Like, going, you studs,
you with me?
you studs up, boy. And you go, nah. Like,
I'm
like
Team Jody.
Jody, sign
Yeah.
that, shut
I
up.
wonder who Jody's with.
Hey, listen,
that'd be brilliant.
Well, good luck to both of you. Actually, that's what we'll say. Good luck to both of you. And it's all for a good cause.
It's
as well,
all for
isn't it?
good, great charity.
Yeah.
Graham Stacker used to play with at Arsenal.
Some golf for Arsenal.
And
he chinned a Belgian fan. Do you remember
he
the Belgian
did.
fan?
Yeah.
he's had a few moments. Won't bring it. He's a boy. Yeah.
Is he?
That's off camera. That's off camera
But
chat.
great lad.
Yeah.
And then we went to a golf. Charity golf day, and there was a young girl there, bless her. She was only like 8-9 years old, really articulate, spoke well, funny, and God bless her, she lost her life. So it's for stuff like it's for people like that to give them, but and obviously children.
Yeah.
And there's some charities, Sport in Mind and Willow Foundation with Bob
nice.
Wilson. So it's all for a lovely cause, and just got to get in and chuck my hands about it.
That's
Jody,
it.
innit?
Good luck.
Yeah, with Rory supporting
Not in
me
your
now
corner.
after
Not in
all
your
the
corner.
He'll switch when you've won.
Yeah,
He'll switch when you've won.
So I'm gonna-
Round 2 knockout.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bang out Jody Morris.
Bang out.
Bang out Jody Morris. And then go and...
Yeah, bring it home for Studs Up with
Studs Up. We're going to go and give Sports Bar a good hiding.
Yeah, that's it.
There
Well
you
done.
go.
Yeah, good luck. And that was it. That's episode 1 of STUDS.
Loved it.
Yeah,
Thank
lovely.
you.
Yeah,
Very
brilliant.
good.
And we'll be back next week. We'll be back next week previewing, reviewing, seeing how
Hopefully
Rafa's
I'll
got
be
on as well.
Yeah, top of the league.
Top of the league,
thank you.
top of the league. You went Chelsea, so that'll be favourite.
Chelsea 4-0.
So that'll be a point. That'll be a point.
Yeah.
You've kind of played it safe there because they're the favourites, but it's all right.
It's the fixture I was given. What can I do?
Hey, listen, you can only play the cards that you're dealt. And we've got the world's greatest podcast to our left.
Fuming, if I'm top of the league with that mug,
mate, that's
and
what's at
Gary's
stake.
in.
If I win this league, I'm going to take the mug.
Yeah, you got
So you better perform.
There's something on the line now. There we go. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching.